Welcome to my Stampin' Pretty Wow tutorial. This is Mary Fish with Stampin' Pretty and StampinPretty.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I sell the beautiful coordinating products that I'm going to share with you today, as well as post on my blog each day Stampin' Up! Paper crafting ideas, using the products, free PDF tutorials, more videos, and lots of great special offers and promotions from Stampin' Up! As well as my exclusive offers. I have a free newsletter each month. Look for that. Subscribe. You'll get a free PDF tutorial, as well as subscribe to my daily updates. Again, a free PDF tutorial. I want to make sure that you are in the know. I shared this card on my blog. It's an Easter card, but the real, I guess, Cadillac part of it is the pretty background that I created, and it's so easy. I used melon mambo, Sahara sand, and crushed curry, and sponge daubers to create this effect. I also used sticky notes, and I'll show you how in just a moment. I also used some of our new glimmer shapes. They're clear and glimmer shapes. I actually used the clear ones, but the glimmer ones are very, very similar to kind of emulate a little bit of dew from the daffodils. And then I stamped the sentiment and heat embossed it. I used Versamark ink, added Whisper White, actually it's called White Stampin' Emboss powder, and heat embossed it to get that fun, simple effect. And I used the Stampin' Up! Your Inspiring Stamp Set. It's from the Occasions 2018 catalog. You might be getting a little bit of glare here. I'm going to try to turn it so that you can see just how promising this is for spring and Easter cards. We're going to work with it as well. So one of the things that I love for all of my project is using grid paper. Again, I sell that as one of the Stampin' Up! Products in my online store. And I'm using a piece of Whisper White cardstock and have used the grid paper to line up the edge and my very first sticky note. And I've actually brought it out to dotted lines, which you may not see quite as well, but there are dotted lines here and here. So I'm using every edge I can to make this really, really easy. And you may have wider sticky notes, but I don't. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to line up this side, again, identically with the other one in the corner. And again, I'm using two little grid lines to make it easy. And that should make it line up pretty perfectly, but I'm going to make sure it's crisp and perfect. There. Works great. And then I'm going to leave all this space open for our pretty colors. I'm going to do it again, and I'm using not just one line, I'm using multiple lines. I'm using the grid line here and the grid line here to go across. And then I'm mimicking that on the opposite side. First lining it up. You can do it anywhere. As long as the two sticky notes cross over, you're in pretty good shape. I'm going to line that up, and then I'm just going to make really, really sure these are nice and tight. And I'm just going to adjust it just the tiniest bit because I tend to be a little on the picky side. There we go. I think that's going to be good. And again, by the time I stamp the image, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I want it as perfect as possible. This time, instead of using these colors that I shared with you, I'm going to start out with our Lemon Lime Twist. It's one of my favorite of the 2017 to 2019 in colors. And one of our sponge daubers. I use these for so many things. I have almost 300 video tutorials, and if you look, you'll see that lately they have been one of my favorite things to grab. I also added a few drops of the ink refill so that it would have a nice bit of color to it. And I always start off to the side a little bit, and then I start layering color on. Very, very, very simple. And I'm going to go a little darker and deeper towards the edge because that's going to give me that really crisp edge look. Okay, and I'm going to go softer as I go up in here. Kind of create that ombre effect. a little evening out. It doesn't have to be in circles. You can go any way you want. I like circles because it kind of creates a little bit of movement. And then I'm going to grab Bermuda Bay, another beautiful color that I really can barely get enough of, and a different dauber. And I'm going to start just off the side. I'm going to start bringing down the color and then getting a little softer towards the middle and letting it blend a little bit. We'll do more blending at the end. In the other one, I left a little more white space open. That was just a decision I wanted to make to kind of give it almost a tie-dye look, I guess you could call it. You could certainly run with that if you want a tie-dye look. There's no real science to this. I'm just creating some layers, and now I'm going to come down and in and blend. And because of the yellow base of the lemon lime, I get an even more interesting green, I think, in the middle. So even though that doesn't look like a whole lot just yet, when you take the sticky notes off, it's pretty impressive. Let me set the ink aside so I don't have a little oopsie-daisy. I also cut my Whisper White to 5.5 by 4 1/4 with the intention of cutting it down a little bit after I stamp. That way I've got a little extra room to kind of come from this direction or this direction, decide where I'm going to put my sentiment. It just gives me a little bit of leverage. Isn't that beautiful? See how crisp that edge is? And I think, again, it gets, I think, even more exciting when I stamp the image. This is the Stamparatus. It is like my giant clear block. I love because, as I have often said in other videos with it, it gives me a second chance. So if I create this beautiful background and I stamp an image on it, if it's not perfect, and we've all had that happen, I have perfect alignment to do it again. So I am going to actually put this here. I find if I go really close to the corner, sometimes the contact can be not as good as where I am right now. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add the magnets. These are actually magnets that I got on Amazon. The Stampin' Up! Ones are great, but as a rookie, I let them get too close, and I found out very quickly that they will break if you let them touch each other. So if you had seen what I had off to the side, you would have seen that I keep them apart. So I'm just laying that down, and then I'm going to take a quick peek and make sure it's lined up the way that I want it to be. I'm going to actually adjust it just a little bit, a little more square. And then I'm going to look again. I'm just looking at the outline to see where that's going to go. And I'm pretty comfortable with that. Now I could use my basic black archival ink in the pad, but I have found it easier to get uninked stamp spots and just add some archival ink with the little refill. That allows me to have better control and to stamp this direction. And I'm just going to ink it up really good. But I'm not nervous. The good news is, if some little leaf or some little part of the flower doesn't transfer, I'm going to get a second chance with this. There. All right, let's see where I didn't do perfectly. So I'm going to move that over. And I'm going to press. I do the same thing with my blocks. It's just it's a big stamp. So I want to make sure that I'm getting coverage everywhere and in the middle. Don't push down on this side because then you're lifting this side up. I did that at first as well. Lesson learned. Stamparatus is new, so there's a little learning curve. And actually I've got a number of spots that I didn't ink up very well. So let's try this again. These magnets, just so you know, so I have an excuse, are just a wee bit thicker than the Stampin' Up! Ones. And with the Stampin' Up! Ones, I probably wouldn't have to re-stamp it, to be perfectly honest, because they're just a little thinner and don't raise it up quite as much. I want to, frankly, I think it's neat to see this anyways, so you can see how you can really get this, what I call the second chance. And push down really good. There we go. And that's perfect. Can you see that? Crisp and perfect all the way around. Super happy with that. Next time I'll probably place the Stampin' Up! Magnet and maybe one of my broken ones in place so that I can get that coverage a little better that first time. But that's okay. These are my backup plan until Stampin' Up! Is offering the magnets. So you'll see that I have this really, really beautiful look. And I kept it even simpler than my first card. On this one, I used this kind of a background. Actually, this one's bigger. I think that's pretty. But on this one, I went a little less wide, and I just added the You're Inspiring, and I just added one of our coordinating Bermuda Bay dots from the Brights Enamel Shapes. So you'll see two very simple versions. I think both are great illustrations of this yummy background. And how easy was that? If you think it was easy, or if you have any questions or comments, please leave them for me on YouTube. I'm very quick to respond back to you. Thank you, and bye-bye.